want to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. Hunt was facing misdemeanor charges of contributing to delinquency of a minor and battery over the incident, which occurred in Southern California last November. She could face up to a year in prison if convicted, but instead was entered into a diversion program. In addition to restitution, Hunt is required to send written apologies to the victim and her parents, must stay away from the victim, and attend anger management classes. This is what the victim's mother stated. Of course, I was in total shock. Just couldn't believe that happened to my child. Ham's daughter was concussed by the sucker punch. Quote, the person in question went down the court and shot a three-pointer, landed, fell backwards into my daughter. As they got up and turned and were walking back down to the other side of the court, her mom says to her, quote, you need to hit her for that. And the child in question sucker punched my daughter. The girl who threw the punch is the daughter of former NBA player Corey Benjamin. At the time of the incident, Benjamin stated, the young lady who was punched by my daughter during the youth basketball game, I sincerely apologize to you and I am praying for your complete healing, both physically and emotionally. To her family, I deeply apologize and regret that this happened to your daughter, as she did not deserve this happening to her. Finally, I apologize to all of those who have been impacted and hurt by the actions of my daughter, as well as those of her mother. I am here for your family and wish only the best for you. Now, I covered this story before and I also have the video. It's somewhere, up on, one of the videos. And I looked at the footage and nowhere in there did anything require any of the physicality, right, that came by way of the daughter. The mother decided that, yo, let me yell to my daughter from the stands, like, yo, you need to sit up there and mess her up for that. She shouldn't have did that. Sure, what's what, da 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 da. Right. So this is a black woman teaching her daughter on how to be aggressive, how to sit up there and quote unquote handle a situation. But when I look at this situation and when I go back and look at the video, I think about all of the stereotypes that black women say that they hate. They hate being stereotyped as strong, as being masculine, as being aggressive, as being overbearing, as being angry, and all of these things. But yet, when I listen to the mother and then I see the daughter, I see all of those same stereotypes that black women say are, in a sense, non-existent, that are untrue, and that are undeserving, right? And the main thing that I've always stated on this platform is that the reason why you have a lot of these young girls acting out the way that they do is because their mothers are the exact same. So all of the actions that these young girls are learning, that they're doing, that they're emulating, that they're copying, they're getting that from the black women that are of their families, in their communities, and that are around them. They're being taught and they're learning those actions. They're internalizing those actions, and that is becoming them. They're evolving into that. And just to reiterate, so people don't get it mistaken, where people always want to insert themselves and they want to state that, oh, well, this wouldn't be happening if the father was really in the picture, if more black fathers were in the house. Well, the father is there. He stated that this is not how he raised his daughter. He didn't put any of those plans into work and say, like, yeah, this is what you do in the court. When somebody does this is what you. No, that's not what he did. He came out there. The mother couldn't come out there and write an apology and say anything. The daughter wasn't going to say anything. The father had to come out and say something. He's not even a part of the situation. He wasn't even there. But he had to be the one to try to bring some calming to the situation. He had to be the one to pen that letter to, correct the wrong that was done. Not by his hand, but by the hand of the mother and the daughter. And then to further put insult to injury, the father's probably going to be the one that's going to pay this 9K. The mother probably ain't going to pay this. Being the man that he is and showing exactly what he did here, he's going to be the one that's going to pay the 9K. When realistically, I feel like the mother should be paying all of that. Whatever medical bills that girl got, she should be paying them. That 9K, she should be paying them. Nothing should be put on that father. It shouldn't, because he's not the one that told his daughter to go out there and do that on that court, to show off like that, to cause injury like that. Like the hit that took place there, that was hellacious. That was like a heavyweight. Like it was 100% ridiculous, and it was uncalled for. Like I said before, she's lucky that she's not. If you were to see that video, that girl is lucky that she is not behind bars and facing some type of time. She's lucky. The mother's lucky that she's not behind bars and facing some type of time. But like I tried to tell y'all before, you can't sit up here and, in a sense, tell black women anything. Because the moment in time that you do, you're going to start to hear a whole bunch of mouth. You're going to start to get a lot of attitude. You're going to start to just hear a whole bunch of stuff. And it's going to be all emotional based. Nothing from a logical standpoint. A logical standpoint would be, hey, all right, well, the actions that I took, they're wrong. I should have never have done it. I should have never told my daughter to commit to that action. I should have never taught her that wrong thing. And then the daughter will come through on a logical stance to say the exact same thing. But that's going too far, because that's for people that can admit and accept responsibility and understand the role that they played with the actions that they took. Those two parties aren't able to do that at all. The only one that can do it is the father, and that's the one that did. Like I said before, so to all the black women out there, if y'all don't get a hold on the things that are transpiring and taking place that you guys are teaching and enabling your daughters to do, everything is going to get worse before it gets better. You might think that you're winning now because of the way that social media looks and how it's curated to make it seem like, oh, the boss chick, independent, chasing a bag, getting the money, doing it all by myself. I'm living my best life. You can think that everything is looking all good, but you're only looking at the short term versus the long term. You're only looking at the short term versus actually taking hold, breathing, and looking at the long term and looking at where stuff is going to be 10 to 15 to 20 to 30 years from now. But like I said, some of y'all are going to learn sooner rather than later.